What's going on, guys? My name's Christian, and today I want to get into something that I think is really important about relationships. But first, I want to take a little sidetrack and just say, for those of you that have been watching this for a little while, me doing this 31-day journey, recently it has been a lot of this, me just kind of sitting here talking to the camera, that kind of thing. And I haven't been able to go out as much and film and shoot in different places. And I know that can be a little bit more boring, kind of feeling like I'm droning on. I've just been super busy with a lot of stuff, and I really am trying to get out and film more. But I mean, it is now 9:04 p.m. and I'm just getting an opportunity to do this. So at the very least, when I finish this 31-day straight thing, I do have plans to go out and shoot a lot more stuff and kind of flex my skills as a filmmaker a little bit more. For now, I will try to make these as interesting as possible and maybe throw in some B-roll to make it a little bit less monotonous to watch. So without further ado, I want to talk a little bit about the Harvard study of adult development. So if you haven't heard of this study before, it was actually a study that started back in 1938 with a group of Harvard sophomores, as well as a group of boys from some of Boston's poorest neighborhoods. They were chosen to create a stark contrast between perceived intelligence and wealth and see how they fared long term. Included in these two groups were future doctors, lawyers, alcoholics, factory workers, one president of the United States, and some people who climbed the social ladder from the bottom up, and some who fell from the top in those good graces. Now, I'm not going to get too much more into the specifics of this study. If you want to know more, I'll link the TED Talk below. It's a little bit less than 13 minutes long, and there are a bunch of articles out there that go way more into detail than I plan on going here. What I do want to get into is the most important part of this study, and that was the realization that people with healthy, loving relationships lived longer, happier lives. And on the contrary, there's even a quote by Robert Waldinger, who was the fourth director of this study, and he said, "Loneliness kills, as powerful as smoking or alcoholism." You have to look at the ridiculous contrast here. Some of the people from this study are now in their 90s, and when researchers look back around the time that they were 80, they found that the people who were the happiest when they were 80 were the ones that were in happy, healthy relationships around their 50s. There was a direct correlation between that. On the other hand, those people who were lonely tended to die faster and lived unhappier lives. So this video is kind of just a reminder to you who's watching. You may not be in your 50s or 80s right now. I mean, I guess you could be. I don't know who specifically is watching this, but maybe you're my age. Maybe you're in your mid-20s, or maybe you're in your early 30s, or maybe you're 18 years old. There's no reason to start creating happy, healthy relationships when you're 50. Why not start now? Why not start building that wonderful foundation of friends and loved ones right now and have a happier, healthier life long term? Something that I've always said that I probably stole from someone else at some point is the best way to learn is from mistakes, but they don't have to be your mistakes. Learn from what has already been studied for the past 80 years through this massive sample size of these Harvard sophomores that have now had kids, and all of their kids have been studied, and these boys from Boston that have come up from poverty or have stayed in poverty and their kids have been studied. Why not just take those as an example and start building healthier relationships now, rather than looking back on your life 40 years from now, wishing that you had created stronger bonds with the people around you? So I'm not going to harp on this point anymore. I think that most of you, when you hear me talking about a healthy, happy relationship, you have someone that comes to mind already. Maybe it's someone you're already with that you do have a happy and healthy relationship with, and if that's the case, then keep nurturing that relationship, keep helping it grow, keep encouraging the other person. Or maybe you're in a relationship right now that's toxic and it's bringing you down. There's no reason to continue staying in that relationship. You owe it to yourself to create a wonderful life. So why not start building on that now? There's no reason to wait 1, 2, 30, 50 years for that. You should be prioritizing your happiness. So I feel like I kind of ranted on this for a while, and I'm just gonna kind of leave it there. If you want to see more about it, the TED Talk is linked below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching this and your continued support. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I wish you all the best. So I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.